Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are? Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember? It does look like you took a pretty hard blow to the head. You're just lucky you've been given a second chance. Which is why I feel terrible for what I'm about to say, but there are some ruins. He went in there a few hours ago. I would have gone... If you can... Oh. What a... Great. Are you serious? I just saved your life. Look, if you won't... Oh.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep under... If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth. To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options: death, and that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, not... That's all right. But listen, you seem... live by our... not laws, it's kind of... but our magistrate... So then... follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old boar won't be magistrate for much.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice.
Don't you just love springtime?
The bloodless shadows. There is... Help me. It is better for you if you... The newly...
Greetings, citizen. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule.
Oh, don't mind me. I just lit... Oh, I wish Horatius would... I trust you.
We're finally alone. I assume... A curious... Now, you're probably wondering why a secret city... Indeed. More importantly, consider 22 complete strangers brought to... And in all that time, not a single sin... Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible... It's extraordinary that we've survived. And now it's all that matters is that somebody in this city is about... Unless you and I know... An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass? trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of, and we must honor the peace of. It is only by offering the Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800, we have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of. When our people are starving, they are given food rations. And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape. No other civilization in the world is so. You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities. On occasion. Of course, what else would we do with... Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring Well, right now, I have made my... Unfortunate... I would be... You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual. It said to open a doorway in time, so that if... And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess... 2,000 years? Please, tell me, in your... I have imagined it, our downfall. If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, if you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the... Thus... All... What? Well, all right. Frankly, that... You... An unbeliever, then? Ah. Wonderful. I authorize you to enter private homes and figure out who the... Oh, I heard wailing from the... If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting time.
Whatever are you wearing?
What are you doing in here? She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cumulatus decius won't... It's too late. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth, and I knew this. That'll be 1,000 denarii. Then that torch anywhere else, So all I could do is... And now I'll never know. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone, get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here. I don't care how you get it. I swear to the gods below. Well...
Salve. Salve, stranger, and welcome. Terrible shame what happened to you. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable... That's hardly my concern. But if you get... Very well. Perhaps I can... Very well. Another time.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
You were watching us all along!
Out of my way!
Guerreros! That's how they turn you to gold!
Run! Save yourselves!
Horatius, help me!
And since you seem to be in a hurry, just attach the... but don't worry. All right.
She needs... What? Quick, Yulia. Hopefully in a moment she... That was extraordinary. How did you know? Look, if you don't want to tell me, that was like the gods hit. You just saved a person, and maybe she... In the meantime... Oh no. Sorry. There was one up, but that was... Anything up... Do you... That's a shame. May Apollo keep you safe.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land. Greetings. I'm Georgius, and I must... Leather, I have... And... Then you are an explorer, like me. We will have... That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But of course, I hope...
Oh. Nice to talk to you.
No. Malio.
Sir. Nice to talk to... Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions. My vote isn't... Look. Hey, nothing yet. Sorry, that was mean. And when you grow up in the north, I saw enough friends, so I hit, but that can't needlet my... Oh. In any case, or at least... I've... Come.
I don't, I'm afraid. She was headed to the bar. Very well.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face. You have to do something. Thank you. What? Ugh. The shrine is collapsing!
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as... I'm not sure I believe I am... So, is that understood? Thank you. Now tell me... A small community. I was told Quinctius was... You say that, but if you're not... So you admit you're not allowed to leave. Threatening me is not going to help you, but in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." A distinction without a difference. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get a... You lot are practicing... Of course you'd say that, but it's all clear to me now. What baffles me is, however, you still have a chance. Very well, here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process. Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome? This is your last chance. Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? And there's a simple explanation for that. I lied. But if you want to know the truth before you die, here it is. Once I'm done with you and Quinctius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Sounds serious. Yulia! I'll go, but once I...
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp.
Lucretia, no time to explain. I'm supposed to give you the Sylphian resin for Yulia.
What? Wait, give it here. I'm just going to...
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the bar. You... Are you serious? Are you going to... Thank... I have... What? Why? All right, fine. Come...
Stop, right? Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now.
Filthy, lying degenerate!
You there! I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but no idea how you managed to get your hands on it. Especially, and before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying. But I would like... Tell me, do you have any idea how people here... Well, between you and me, I found an old scroll from years ago, hastily written, in which the he wrote that when the Golden Rule is broken, statues spring to life all over the city, wielding gold. Supposedly, one or two of those arrows is enough. Now, of course, that is... I can't help but think of it with the ability to transmute, use your... and even if... Excellent. Now, I have a plan. Good. Then that Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon. The one thing priests and poets agree on, and it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum. And would you like to guess? Precisely. Oh, gods, no. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the... But make no mistake, but in my experience... Now. So, are you in, partner? Wonderful. This is a... And here we are. Now I've gone and up. It's just at the end of... Was that you, partner? Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it. And yet you did. And now... No, technically, it's hardly my fault if you can't tell... Not a very effective threat. Your second problem is the golden rule. The bow. I would reconsider my position, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to... Let's find out.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again, and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking. My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again, and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strange whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that, even though I had moved, she was still within, right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe it. But from that moment on, I knew the true horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings.
Thank you.
It was that day, my love, that my heart broke. You're not supposed to be here.
Help us. Make it stop. Thank you. Help us.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what strong lessons I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath, and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, suspecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear... And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And, worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. You think you can bring me down with your little wooden arrows before I jam this blade into your throat? What? How? That's impossible. You're trying to intimidate me. Liar. Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I imagine it would help Lucretia. But if you're lying... You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what... I swear I will never... I'll stay here to keep her company. But I fear the only one capable of release... In any case, here's the key I promised. Now, please leave. The door here leads... Go.
A new face, Ave, and may... It must be completed by dark. It'll be between... Why do you... You can, assuming that... I'm responsible... Sir... See you again.
Name's Wolfield. Melior. No. What?
Salve, friend. Welcome to life under the gold... That's good. If you're not on edge, well, we've all been... I still... All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Wolf-Pierce, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life, working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard. Please, please.
I'm sorry, but I just...
Please, I'll help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. Thank you.
I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love, I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through... Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess and I'd best...
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Magistrate, is it? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored. And now... I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, no more. And now... and now... Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely well... My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more, and I'm hardly the... I like to think it is... Well, I am not suffering from it. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Are you... Why would I... You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and...